Hello all, this is James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I am back here with Kingdom Come Deliverance and our Kingdom Come Deliverance Let's Play Hardcore playthrough. So when we left off, we were just finishing up saving the injured in Sasau. And so we just need to head back there, give someone a sleep potion, and talk to Joe Hanka. And then I think we were planning to talk to Matthew and Fritz and learn to read. Seems later in the day, doesn't it? I mean, I don't remember, but I thought it was early in the day when we departed last time. Is it? It's late in the day. Well, I suppose I did visit, get a girl and all the things that came with it, and that probably took a few hours of the day.
Yeah.
Brew?
Yes, please. Good luck then.
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
I know. And you helped the best you could. All we can do now is pray for the souls of the departed.
Take care.
Yeah.
Alright, can we make it to Matthew and Fritz before sundown?
Yeah.
So does anyone else have any usual through the woods shortcuts like I do here at Sasa? I don't know who I'm kidding. Nobody watches my videos. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I enjoy making these videos, and I'm not really making them to, well, be some sort of big YouTuber. I just want to make them to share my game with somebody else that might find it interesting. Maybe they're doing research on the game and they want to see it from a perspective, I don't know, perspective of just a, you know, a somewhat ordinary gamer who's not, you know, being paid to make a great review or anything of that nature, just something honest.
Yeah.
I know I often turn to YouTube to get information about new games myself. And I always like to find some of the smaller YouTubers like myself that are doing some content on games that I'm interested in discovering, and watch their Let's Plays and or reviews on it. It's not to say that some of the bigger names, you know, that I don't avoid their stuff, like, you know, if Mac has done something, worth a buy video, I'll definitely check it out because I do appreciate Mac's opinion on most things. And sometimes I'll check out Angry Joe just for the entertainment
I want to
factor.
get out of here.
I don't often agree with him on a lot of things.
It's not going to get any better, is it? I just think we should go. Doesn't matter where.
Good health to you.
Are you happy here?
It's not worth a damn. If I had any choice, you wouldn't see my heels for dust.
Well, what's happened? Did you two get yourselves into trouble?
A fine friend you are, assuming it's our own bloody fault.
Oh, come on. You know what you two are like. I had to ask.
Well, perhaps with that monk. But now, the foreman's got it in for us. If he could, he'd skin us alive.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working in a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us because of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
See you later.
Where is he? Bailiff just magically appears all of a sudden because I'm trespassing. Well, the miller was in a strange location last time I came here in the evening. So maybe Thomas is out and about somewhere, like tavern? No, he doesn't seem to be drinking. He's definitely not sleeping in here. Well, that's where the miller is.
Good health to you.
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes, yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them. Good luck to you.
Where the hell is Thomas? Is he getting a girl?
Hey, what the?
Jesus
Clear
Christ
off
be
before I
praised.
call a catchpole.
Who's there? Answer me.
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
It's good they have someone to look out for them.
God be with you.
She's giving me the evil stare.
There's no greater pleasure than a tub of hot water and your delicate hands on my back.
If it's delicate hands you're after, pay for a whore.
Come now, I'm paying you, am I not?
Come on, buddy.
If you don't stop staring at my cleavage, you'll end up cross-eyed for life.
I've paid. Why shouldn't I have a good look?
Well, you won't want to go home to your wife looking like a stuffed owl now, would you?
He has a wife? No, he doesn't. Doesn't seem happy about whatever she said. She grabbed something, now she's heading back.
Have a guess what I'd like to do with you.
Why don't you just surprise me?
I doubt there's much would surprise a wench as experienced as you. What would life be without the brothel?
Sir, this is a bathhouse, not a brothel.
Nevertheless, a whore's a whore.
He's got a way with words, doesn't he?
What will it be then?
What do you think? Hot water and a good scrubbing. Isn't that what the baths are for?
Well, I think he's confused. At one point he thinks it's a brothel, the other point he thinks it's a bath.
What will it be then?
What do you think? Hot water and a good scrubbing. Isn't that what the baths are for?
Who's there? Answer me.
Suppose I have to get my torch out.
Hey, is someone there?
Just, you know, the guy
I must have
who's
imagined
holding
it.
a torch outside staring at you while you do your job.
Ah, lovely. Nothing better than a hot tub and a pretty face.
Oh, the best is yet to come, sir.
I'm glad to hear it.
Jesus, you stink like a tanner's dog.
That's why I'm here.
Left it a bit late, didn't you?
What would life be without the brothel?
Sir, this is a bathhouse, not a brothel.
Nevertheless, a whore's a whore.
Hurry up now and get me cleaned up. I can't wait around all
That
day.
sounded like...
Certainly. But if you're in such a hurry, it'd be quicker to go and jump in the pond.
Normally I just have a conversation with this guy, but as late as it's getting, and as long as I've had to stand here waiting for him to get the heck out of the bathtub, I get annoyed. I'm thinking I might do something, well, un-Henry-like.
I'd be here every day if I had the coin.
If you were here every day fucking, you'd have neither work nor coin.
True. The more I work, the more coin I have. but they're less time for wenches. You can't win.
This guy's got an interesting outlook on life.
Are you new in town?
Not at all. I've been here several times.
It'll clean your body and lighten your
Well,
soul. You should come
I
more
suppose
often.
I should be flattered. It wasn't my face you were looking at.
Bad dreams?
No, no. The problem is, his house is too close to the tavern.
I'm with you. I've heard the tavern in Ujits can get a bit, well, lively.
You have no idea.
Haven't guessed what I'd like
If
to
you
do
don't
with
stop
you.
staring at
Why
my
don't you just
cleavage,
surprise me?
you'll end up
I doubt there's
cross-eyed
much
for
to
life.
surprise a wench as
I've-
experienced as you.
About it, he said it was the parish priest and his cronies, so they let them be.
Parish priest? Father Tom?
Wow, is this guy ever gonna get out of the bathtub?
Goodness me. A servant of God carrying on? Why, it's a sin. One of the 7 deadly sins. Gluttony.
He's gotta be turning into a prune at this point.
God have
Jesus,
mercy.
you stink like a tanner's dog.
That's why I'm here.
Left it a bit late, didn't you? You look as if
What
you've
would
never
life
seen a
be
woman
without
in
the
your
brothel?
life.
Sir,
Is
this
this
is a
your
bathhouse,
first time
not a
here?
brothel.
Be quiet.
Nevertheless,
Let's do it
a whore
quick.
is a whore.
If anyone sees me here, it'll be all over town tomorrow.
Well, I've seen you here. Is there a way I can blackmail you with this info?
I haven't seen you here before. Jesus, you stink like a tanner's dog.
That's why I'm here.
Left it a bit late, didn't you?
There's no greater pleasure than a tub of hot water and your delicate hands on my back.
If it's delicate hands you're after, pay for a whore.
Come.
Hey, they finished finally.
Clear off before I have you thrown out. Are you looking for someone?
Yeah, you. God damn it.
Hey, who's there? Probably some
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve you?
Matthew told me your foreman's a fool, and you're not exactly filled with Christian love for him.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew going to see her. But Thomas is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the pay's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could...
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it. I still want to ask you more about Thomas.
Good luck then.
No. Clear off. Let me sleep. Leave me be. I want to sleep.
I really want to just kill this bastard.
Who's there? What's going on there?
It's me, Matthew. Jesus, leave me alone. Fine, I'm just gonna sleep here. We'll continue this conversation in the morning. How many hours have I wasted trying to get this little side quest, this pointless little side quest done? He turned into Fritz. Oh, bizarre.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
About those two.
It's a wonder I still let them hang around.
But you need the help anyway, and they're pretty handy.
Maybe, but they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill, and I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But...
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they get their money, the quicker they'll be gone.
But do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
Of course. They're not interested in the mill. They just need the coin to pay their debts. Once they've got enough, they'll have no reason to stay here.
I never thought we could sort it out this way.
I've known them for a long time, and you can rely on them when it comes to this. Everybody will be better off.
All right. If they keep their part of the bargain, I'll even give them a few extra groschen. But woe betide them if they don't. You can tell them that. May the Lord watch over you.
What was that?
Matthew, I'm trying to talk to you here.
What's the matter with you? God save you. What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask about that Thomas again.
I want to...
It took some doing, but I made a deal with him.
I'm glad to hear it. So we can stay here? He'll leave us be?
He'll leave you alone, but there are conditions. Once you finish your job, you'll vanish from here. But you'll get an extra groschen or two for your troubles.
And that's it? I thought... Never mind.
Oh, and you're to stop dallying with the miller's daughter. Keep on mucking about with her and you'll muck things up for yourselves.
The fucking bastard. He can go fuck himself. He'd better give us enough groschen to make it worth it. But I suppose I should thank you. You may have brought us some peace and quiet, and that's better than nothing. Here's something for your help. Goodbye.
Main level, huh? 8. Increase the time you can do without sleep. Your energy level falls 15% more slowly. Okay, there's not really any negative detriments. I guess this one will be it. Alright, so I finally got this side quest done. It's a new day, I probably need some food. If I eat that bread, it'll probably put me over nourishment, so I'm not gonna eat it. Why do I have a lullaby potion in my inventory? Didn't I give that to the dude? Alright, so I need to go to Ushit's, and the best way to go there would be probably... Okay, so from Talmberg it would be that way, which means...
Yeah. After reading, I should probably check on my folks in Rattay. Or should I do that before reading? Learning to read? No, I really should learn to read first. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God save you, Henry.
And you, random person.
Yeah.
This is a path I rarely take in the game as well. Burger? What town am I this is whatchamacallit. Very informative. What is whatchamacallit? So from whatchamacallit, I want to go to Rattay is that way.
Yeah.
We need to go north.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
rubbish! God be with you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. Take care now.
No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart.
Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
One day, a countryman going to the nest of his goose found there an egg, all yellow and glittering. When he took it up, it was as heavy as lead, and he was going to throw it away because he thought a trick had been played upon him, but he took it home on second thoughts and soon found to his delight that it was an egg of pure gold. Every morning the same thing occurred, and he soon became rich by selling his eggs. As he grew rich, he grew greedy, and thinking to get all of the gold at once, he killed it and opened it only to find nothing.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage. Good luck to you.
Annonso est iberi tam malsu Ep.9 alqua aparte prosit libri multi amgistri snut poetamus orator est kai posxi vera plirimia dicit. I don't know.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non alique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Take care now.
Now that I've learned to read, I feel I need to go check in on our people, our Skalitz people in Rattay.
Come right up.
Okay, so we're way up here in Ushitz. And we need to go all the way down to Rattay. Which basically means traveling the same path we just traveled, back through Neuhof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hei, kilalo! Otaks vähän valmiin?
roads are dangerous today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's on our way in if we see Captain Bernard? No. Robart. No, Robert is Tambert. Bernard is here. If we see Bernard, maybe we'll do another training session.
Good day to you.
I'd like to train a bit, just lightly, with practice weapons.
Right. Let's get to it. What weapon would you like to try? I've got a bastard sword, a short sword. We can fight with poles. Whatever you fancy.
I still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Right, lad. Grab your piece. We'll get stuck in. Farewell.
You'll get what for. Jesus Christ!
It's kicking my ass today.
Dopiche.
No more fooling around. Fuck! Come here, lily liver. Ow. Shit! This won't take long. You've got to be kidding. God damn!
He's like, God damn, you're the worst swordsman ever.
Is that the best?
I don't know what I pressed, but something put that up there.
Curse it! Oh dear, did that hurt? Fuck it! Well.
Did you really call me that?
Bugger! Yeah! Yeah! You'll pay for that. All right, enough. I give up. You hear?
Alright, we got that point of strength, so good deal.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Hear ye, good people. The kingdom of God is at hand, my children. But long may he hold
Flour, eggs, salt, yeast. Then you bake them, and you'll be able to feed the whole family with fresh bread. What about the poor wretch whose home was burned and his place?
How are you, Henry?
Good. Just a guy I'm looking
I'm
for.
honored that you should come to me.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Skalitz refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 3, actually 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers. That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water?
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Skalitz folk are best suited to the job.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
God be with you.
Hear ye, good people. The kingdom of God is at hand, my children.
Welcome. I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry.
Farewell.
Betrayal of the faith and betrayal of Christ. Yet they would call me and others heretics and rebels.
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they?
God bless.
I guess I have to talk to Alex first.
Hear ye, good people. The kingdom of God is at hand, my children.
And the alarm is going off, which means it's time to end the episode. I do kind of want to find Alex before that happens. Oh, there's young Hans.
Everything for the house, garden and field. Knives, axes, rakes, hoes. Get the best right here.
It'll make
Hear ye,
you
good
thoroughly
people.
happy.
Don't need the quest giver, right? I need the countries. Scribe.
Good health to you, Henry.
My respects to you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
What of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
But who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
Thanks. I'll go.
God be with you.
And may the souls of all the faith...
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Father Francis no longer needs a housekeeper.
What? Don't tell me he's found a new one.
No, he died.
Mary, Mother of God. What happened to him? Did they murder him? But he was gone before those godless animals came along. They couldn't have caught up with him.
Oh, you're right, they didn't catch up to him. But in the chaos, he got kicked in the head by a horse, and he never recovered.
I always told him not to be afraid of them, but he was. And those hellish beasts always were able to smell it.
I can imagine. I've had dealings with them myself. So, do you know what you'll do now? Are you willing to go serve Hagen?
First, I must pray for his soul. And then I could go work for Hagen, since now I don't have anyone else to care for.
I understand. I'll leave you to it then.
God bless.
I've lost everything. Hey, Henry, come to see us.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs. Bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it, same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they? Good luck to you.
Okay. Is he going to send them to me today, or is it going to happen tomorrow?
Vegetables! Fresh vegetables! Look now, aren't they lovely? Cabbage! Cabbage! Green cabbage! Get it before it goes brown! Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't live without it either.
Live without money, without shelter, without possessions of any kind, and spread the word of God, who lived as he breathed. And what of the gold plates, raspberry sinners, who call themselves God? Do they think they are greater in the eyes of God than the poor fisherman who lives without sin?
Good day to you. What do you need?
Take care now.
That'll cut you in half, and cucumbers that'll cure what ails you. Come, get them. Bread, fresh bread, bread, roll, buck, and this for you.
Welcome, Henry.
Pebbles out of the way.
Garlic, carrots, beetroot, onions, all that grows in the ground. Fresh. Come right up. Onions that'll even make your man cry like a little lass. Come and buy some.
Hear ye, good people. Love thy neighbor more than thyself. So the scriptures teach us. Us and church dignitaries, but do they heed the word?
God bless.
And while you live from hand to mouth, they stuff themselves with sweetmeat and indulge in carnal pleasures.
Have a look at
I
these
will
cucumbers.
tell you
I'm just
what
after a
the
few
deeds
things
of
I need
all
at home.
what
I think that's all I need.
sin.
Thank you, kind.
Nothing but sin. that is their fear speaking. Fear of the truth. Such iniquities are...
Dear people, don't leave a poor woman to starve. Sigismund took everything I had, the godless beast. Have some compassion. Goodbye.
We have the kingdom of God is at hand, my children.
God save you. What can I do for you?
How does life in Rattay suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in, but then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver and how Sir Rattay sides with the king. Take care now.
Cucumbers, lovely cucumbers, asparagus and prunes.
Oh, come on. It always takes too long to question these guys, and you always run out of time to get through the questions. I have a feeling that it's going to be even worse because I'm starting this process late in the day. Well, it's not too late.
Asparagus that'll cut you in half and cucumbers that'll cure what ails you. Come get them.
One hope in Rome and another in Avignon. How many more holy orders will we have? And what of our own priests, our own prelates? They who trade in indulgences for coin, keepers of brothels, who fornicate there and covet worldly beauty. Such an affront to our Lord. So I'll go home.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you. Take care now.
Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.
I am at your service, Sir Knight.
What? I can...
Farewell.
I can talk to that beggar, but I can't talk to these guys back here?
Hear ye, good people.
Cabbage! Cabbage! Green cabbage! Get it before it goes brown.
Take care now.
I lived like you did till Skalitz was burnt to ashes.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
God be with you.
Take care.
Interesting. I got the option on him, but not those guys?
I'm supposed to find some workers, and I thought of you.
Why me?
Well, I thought you might appreciate an honest job for an honest wage.
What are you trying to say?
I just thought it might help you.
A good Samaritan, are you? Why don't you go and bother someone else?
Good luck to you.
Hear ye, good people. And what of our own priests, our own prelates? They train
God be with you, Henry.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread!
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see, alright?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Skalitz.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
Aye. I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
That's enough for now.
Take care now.
I couldn't ask him. He was willing to carry shit, huh?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Look, I already have more people than jobs. You're a bit late.
But I really need a job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
I like her.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
What did you do in Skalitz?
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing it. My husband was at the smelter.
Oh, Christ. Things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your husband was wounded? It's a miracle you managed to drag him all the way to Rattay.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
He's dying.
He's badly wounded. So poorly he's been in his bed for weeks. Unconscious most of the time.
Sorry to hear it.
I already owe the apothecary a small fortune. And he won't lift a finger for us now.
All right. I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right? Good luck then.
Garlic, carrot, beetroot, onion.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Come right up.
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mines. So...
The people have a place and have a smell. Fresh
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it will be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
For the winter, onion soup for the spring. Asparagus for
Now, it won't come to that. Sir Radzig will surely take care of things when he returns home. He won't forget the sacrifice you make.
I'm glad to hear that. If that's how it is, I'll even carry shit.
Like this guy.
That's enough for now.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skalitz and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman. That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassal, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
That's enough for now.
So, we're agreed then? When do I start working?
Look, the bailiff is the one who'll decide after I report back to him.
So, I might not get the job? I'll be in the shit if I don't. Understand?
God be with you.
You're interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Oh, that's not bad, but, for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
That's enough for now.
God be with you.
You're here about the water carrying?
I am. Where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking legs?
You did? But more money?
I wouldn't be under the winch anymore. More like under the stench.
And how are you holding up?
Not very well. I'll tell you that. I help out with something every once in a while and get some money for it. But it's not enough. Especially when the dice don't fall in my favor.
Sure. And have you tried looking for other work?
What for? They'll get the mines running again, and I'll have a real man's job.
And what about soldiering? That's real man's work, isn't it?
It is, and I'd be good at it. When I land a punch, you'd think you were kicked by a horse, which I once showed to a soldier I fell out with over a game of dice. Only, I'm too smart for soldiering.
No doubt.
Onion soup for the spring. Asparagus for taste and prunes for what ails you.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
I really don't care.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see. May the Lord watch over you.
Vegetables, fresh vegetables. Look now,
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next?
Antonia.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
She can handle the job, have no fear.
Let's hope so. You'll have to answer to me if she can't. Where do we put her, then?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next?
Vincent, Moimir's son.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think he should do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Vasil goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Cornelius.
Ah, Cornelius. I had him here once looking for a job. Where do you want to put him? I'd like to see him with buckets of shit.
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to Hagen?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but it was worth it. She's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime. See you later.
And that completes that episode of hooking up my Skalitz neighbors with appropriate jobs.
people. The kingdom of God is at hand.
I think I have to use the save your schnapps. I'm not sure if just logging out saves it. I don't think it does, even though it says it does. Alright guys, appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, leave a like and subscribe and all that jazz. But anyway, have a good day and peace.